Hello, my name is Richa Tyagi and this is my LifePage. Today I'm going to be talking about environmental law. But before that, let me give you a brief introduction about myself. I am actually an environmental lawyer, but that's not how I started. I studied English literature at LSR and then went on to do law without ever thinking that this is the field that I'm going to get into. After I finished law, I started interning with WWF India for about 2 months. While I was there, I realized that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I had always been interested in conservation and I loved wildlife and forests, and this was the perfect place for me to be at. And so therefore, that's how I started with environmental law. It's been about 3.5 years since I started with WWF India, and I have been associated with them since 2014. But before I get into the nitty-gritties of environmental law, you need to understand what conservation is. Because, we've heard about this word, we keep hearing about it on TV, but we don't understand what conservation is. To think about it from a layman's perspective, we would think that conservation would just be about protecting a species. For example, protecting a tiger or an elephant. But conservation is a lot more. It is not just about protecting a species like a tiger or an elephant or a leopard. It's also about protecting its habitat. Its habitat is similar to what your house or your colony or your complex is like. So when you're trying to protect somebody's home, right, the first thing is an understanding of law. You need to be a lawyer to be an environmental lawyer, right? You need to know how to study law, how to analyze it, how to interpret it. And without a degree in law, trust me, without those 5 years, it's very difficult to understand and interpret law. The first one, the most important one, is communication skills. Law as a subject is very, very technical. The way law is written is for a lawyer to understand and use in court. Right? So the law is going to be written in the most specific way possible so that there is no chance for anybody to misuse that law. So maybe you or any other layperson outside will not be able to understand that law as it is written. So what we do as environmental lawyers is that we read that law, we understand that law, and then we explain it to people. We explain it to people in a way that they understand the usage of that law. The most obvious one, and the reason why I'm in this field, is I'm protecting the world. This is my biggest positive. Every day I go to work thinking that I'm saving the world. I am protecting the world. At this point, you must have seen it on the news, on TV, that our biggest problem is that we're losing forests every day. We're losing wildlife every day. We're pretty much in the 6th mass extinction at this point of time. And for me, that's the biggest positive, that I am maybe doing a very, very small, minuscule amount of contribution to this work, but I am being able to contribute to that work. First one, for me, might not be a challenge, but for a lot of people, that might be a challenge. When you work for an NGO or a conservation organization, you will not get paid a lot of money. So you need to make peace with the fact that money is not your driving force. Money is a driving force for a lot of people, and that's perfectly okay. They think that money gives them satisfaction. So if that is what you want from your life, if you want money and you want the comfort and luxury that money can give you, then maybe this is not the job for you. But mostly when I get to work, my day starts with talking to my field people, just getting in touch with them to understand, hey, are there any challenges in the field? Is there something happening? If there is something happening, then I start researching on it, because primarily my work is to research, right? I find out about laws and policies that support our work, or research about challenges or issues that are in the field. For example, a field person tells me that, listen, we think there is this industry which is polluting the river. So what I would do for pretty much the rest of the day is go to the government websites and check all the permissions that industry got, all the forest clearances that industry got, what were the conditions under those permissions, were they allowed to pollute the river? If they were not allowed to pollute the river, I will get back to my field teams and ask them to take action. They will then write letters, which I will help them draft to the forest department to take action against those industries. That's mostly what I do. Apart from this, I also then go around my own organization, because WWF is a huge organization. There are 200 of us. We talk to each other. We exchange ideas. Every day, there is a campaign running in the organization, right? For example, right now, there's Earth Hour running, right? So right now, my day in office, the last few hours are spent thinking about what WWF could do to protect the urban climate, right? Can we give up plastic? Can we give up paper? Can we reduce our food waste? So that's what we do in the rest of our time. So that's how my day goes, and it's mostly over before I know it. And that's exciting for me every day, that I don't even know that tomorrow is a Monday and I'm never cribbing about it. If it's a Monday, I'm happy that it's a Monday and I get to go back to work and save the world. I hope I have been able to give you a balanced point of view on environmental law, its positives and its challenges. And I hope you take this on when you go ahead in your career. Thank you.